Hey, everybody. So, yeah, we are looking at another list today. We are looking at Wanderer's Way. I know. Now, what we can say about this one, and I'm just going to read a quick passage here. Wanderer's Way can be described as Skyrim with a fresh coat of paint, featuring over 1,700 mods that have been curated and hand patched to work together. The intentions are to make sure that you, the player, can return to Tamriel and have it feel familiar. I've done my best not to stray far from the vibe that Bethesda gave us in 2011. In this time, many of us crave the first love of being lost in exploration, whether you played 2,000 hours of Skyrim, Wanderer's Way should feel like a familiar, graphic, dynamic world with its overhauled visuals and player-driven, ever-changing environments. So now they use community shaders, so that's one thing. A lot of people I've seen back and forth before about community shaders, versus E and B, right? And from what I see, I don't have a preference either way. I do believe community shaders probably is the better option for people looking for something that's less performance driven, or impacting performance. And but I have noticed some of the issues that people have mentioned with using community shaders, especially when it comes to lighting and the way things look. So, yeah. But then, I've also seen where it looks good. It really looks good. So we'll see. Right. And, but I appreciate, anything that's going to make the performance better and helps with the stability. So I'm one of those people that just are completely on the fence. One way or the other, we'll see, And then because I'm not as, let's just say, it isn't going to matter to me as much. So I'm fine with community shaders, instead of EMB. I'm fine with EMB instead of community shaders. That's not going to be the deal breaker. I'm very curious as to the enhancements, right? But then I'm also kind of curious as to how it's going to feel for us jumping in, where it's really like touting that we're going to hold on to, that supposed feeling that we had back, 15 years ago when we first jumped into Skyrim, right? And, when I think about it, and it's just interesting to me, for 15 years, we just cannot get away from this game. And as much as we give Bethesda crap, right? Because they deserve it a lot of times. They have produced just these, I'm not going to say works of art or anything like that, but more, they produce these, I'm going to say these, and I don't want to, I'm losing the word, right? I'm not going to say episodes or episodic adventures or worlds, but they created these, and then I can't think of the word right now, but these vehicles that we can jump into and immerse ourselves and just hone and change and modify to meet our needs, right? So that we continually jump back in over and over again and, see exactly what we can do. And each time it just feels, it feels kind of fresh. It feels kind of appreciated. It feels, just feels cool at times. Sometimes maybe not, but most of the time when you jump in, with a fresh new mod or a fresh new coat of paint, it just feels good, and it reminds you of just the unending, right? The unending creative masterpiece almost. And you know what I mean? Like at some point you just strike oil, right? You hit gold right there, and it's like, man, the everything converged the right way. You know what I mean? So then you just keep coming back to it. And you say, I can keep doing things over and over again. So we're gonna see what this does. Brand new. I've already know the name of the character, the type of character I'm going to create. So we're going to jump in here while we're waiting for all this to load up. Hey, you guys know the drill. If you like this kind of stuff, you agree with me that it's fun to jump in and see what the different list provides, and it gives you a kind of a way of looking and seeing exactly, hey, that list isn't bad. That may be something I might want to try. Then, hit that like button, leave a comment, and hey, definitely hit that subscribe button. We are 8, dude. 8. All right, that's single digit 8. That's 8. Okay, AIGHT, right? 8, or you know what I'm saying, right? Subscribers away from 1,000 subscribers. So any help you guys can provide is greatly appreciated. So first things first, right? We're gonna get up here. We're gonna go to race this time, and then, and then I hate to admit it, but here's where I'm leaning. I really am. I'm leaning. I don't ever play an orc character. I am going to play right there. Maybe. Maybe. Let's look at the standard presets real quick here. See what we got. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Nope. Oh God. No, definitely. Nope. 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 Wait, you know what? Okay. Now, one of the things we're gonna do, if I can figure out how to do this, okay. Over here. All right, let's see. I'm gonna load presets. There are presets. Nice, nice. Orc male, and all the presets are male. All the presets are male. Cancel. All right, we're gonna go back. Oh, that's too much. Even though if I knew how to do this better, I've never tried using this, but if I knew how to do this part better, this would be that instance, right? That type moment when where you would actually need to go and figure it out. All right, first thing we gotta do, let's get down here. Skin tone. Let's see what that does. Okay, I don't want to mess with the. Ooh, I like that one. I like that one a lot. All right, we've already decided we need to bring that down. Not gonna make her like overly scrawny, but yeah, let's bring it down to here. All right, let's bring her face in a little bit. I ain't mad at the face too much. Not it. I don't need her to be like, but I do want to change. All right, let's see. I want her. Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna take away the dirt. Scars. What scars does she have? Okay. The war paint. Oh man. Huh. Okay, so I'm actually leaning. I'm actually leaning with this, state of truth, and then let's see. Let's Let's see if I can make the color what I want. All right, I want it on the darker side. Let's see, do we want it over here? Okay. Let's run it through real quick. It doesn't look like it's changing at all to me, because I think right here is where we would have to it's getting almost to where I want it. All right, you know what? That's too much time. Okay, so we're gonna leave it there. We're gonna leave it there. Let's go to nose. Okay, I don't like that nose. Actually, that's a better nose. We're gonna lower it a little bit, not a lot. The length. Okay. Cheekbone. No, for cheekbones. Eye shape. Like that better. I don't like that. Okay, so we can see. We'll stick with it. Yeah. All right. Her height. Okay. Width. All right. Depth. We'll leave it. All right. Brow type. Brow type. Get down. All right. Yeah, I want that. Okay, height. Width. Bring it in. Stick a little bit out of it. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And then, all right, here's probably. Find a way that's. Started. Actually, I think I'll stick with it. And then let's bring this down just a little bit. Chin width. Let's bring that in just a little bit more. Length. That way. Bring that in a little bit more. Don't know. That's better. All right. Okay. Mouth type. Like that a little bit better. I wish there was something for the tusk. All right, tooth size. Let's see. I don't know that that's. Yeah, there we go. Bring it in just a little bit. I don't want them to be huge. I don't know that changed much. But I'm gonna stick with that. I think that's a little bit better. All right. Right, hair. See what options they give you. All right. They have braids. I want braids for the hair. Did I miss it? braids. Come on, braids, braids, braids. Come on. Might go with that if that's all we got. Okay. We're gonna go with that. Color. Actually liking that one better. Yeah. Alright, so we'll go with that. That's right. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna do something. I want to see. Sometimes when you mess with these, it kind of modifies the cheeks and everything to a point where it's like, here, let me. But sometimes you can see as I do that, this is over exaggerating the gaunt in her face and the darkening the lines of her face, and I don't want that, right? So I'm looking for a way to and one of the things I'm looking for is smoothing out. You know what I mean? Like, see how that makes it more harsh, you know, and darker. So I'm trying to smooth out some of the lines of her face, right? And then I don't know if I'm doing a good job as much as I want. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not mad at that too much. Let's put this back a little bit. Take that back there. All right. I'm not mad at her ears at all. So all right. Skin tone's good. Makeup, body paint. All right. Okay. So nothing else we can do there. Okay. All right. I ain't mad at it. It's good enough. Name your character. Yes. All right. So the name that I come up with is from a story that I was listening to. For Asha. All right. Thank you for installing Wanderer's Way. Press OK and wait while everything is setting up. You will receive a message when ready. Press OK, and then we're going to wait. Okay? I'll be back. All right. Wanderer's Way is configured correctly. Choose your fate and exit the room when ready. All right. Nice. All right. There we are. Okay. Okay. You ready for some? All right. So there's a couple of things it wants us to look at. Read Wanderer's Way. All right. Where am I? What is this place? I should collect my belongings and check out that shrine. You think? All right. Wait. I'll take that bread loaf. Is there something else there? Yeah. That too. Now, reason I'm taking those things too, and then I'm real excited about this, the Book of Origins. Okay, so this game is built around survival. The game is intended. This mod list is built around survival, and is intended to be played that with survival in place. So I'm curious as to how it's put together, right? And what changes, if any, significant changes were made, with that in mind, right? And basically what enhancements, right, were made. I'm gonna gather my stuff first. We're gonna take the arrows. I'm gonna take Parallax. 20. Sword does 18 damage. 16. Mace. Warhammer, which weighs way more. I'm gonna take that. it, but I'm debating between this and this. All right. Okay. All right, over here. I am going to take that. Take that. That one. That one. That one. Just in case, right? But I don't think orcs really have magical ability, right? So it's kind of like if we press it and decide to go with like a little bit of magic, then we can go that route. But I don't want to be. She's not going to be a mage, right? That's for certain. Now we have to decide. All right, we're going to take that for sure. Boom, right away. I'm going to take this and this. All right. Now the question becomes, and then the reason I'm going to take this one, right, the mage's tunic, is or tunic. Yeah, we're going to take. Ooh. I like it. Oh my god, I like that. Let's see. I like the scarf too. Oh my goodness. Yes. Yes, please. Taking them both. Warm leather cape. I'm gonna take the linen. All right. We have to decide. Oh. We have to decide what kind. I think she is going to be she will be a scout type. So I think I will be going light armor. I just seem that's the I do like that. I like that. All right, so let's go over here. We're gonna favorite this guy. While in game, press up to open the favorites menu. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm going to favorite that. And then I think to start, we're going to favorite that, right? And nice. And then we'll take a look, see how we look. Oh, wrong buttons. Wrong buttons. Wrong buttons. I want to see. All right. Oh, you can only wear one or the other. Interesting. I want to see what that looks like. Oh my goodness. You know I'm not taking it off. You know I'm not taking it off. Okay. And then we're going to favorite. All right. We're going to favorite the darker one. That means we have to favorite this too. Right? The switch between the two. All right. Let's see. Yeah. And then we'll favorite that just in case. See what that one looks like. Everything's clipping through each other, but it is what it is. You gotta favorite that for sure. And that one. Right? Okay, you got some boots. Let's see. Okay, so this is one of the things I'm not a fan of, and don't get me wrong, because I understand exactly what and why, right? For the immersion and everything like that. And then, we could always make arguments, right? Back and forth as to it's a video game. Do we really need 4 hours to pass, just so we can learn a spell? with the understanding that, just from back in our D&D days, right? Everything took time. You had to study your spells at night, depending if you were a cleric or mage or something like that. You had to either study or you had divine, whatever, but you always had to replenish. And then learning a new spell, what took effort, but remember, when you're sitting there with pen and paper, it was a roll. You rolled, and then yes, it was just understood. By the campfire at night, you were studying, right? And time elapsed before going to sleep. In the games and the mechanics and the way they're set up here, it just doesn't, you know what I mean? Is not so much. Not so much. It doesn't really seem like it's a necessary thing, right? Just like even with hunting, right? And then that's something I will take a look at too. All right, so I'm moving around like this just to see what kind of camera we're dealing with, and I like the camera, so I'm okay with the camera. Now, I like the cape, but you can see how it's clipping a lot, right? And it's a very long cape, that too. So I think, yeah, that works. But I think if anything, I'll stick with the short one for now. Yeah, yeah, I like it. Okay, so next thing, all right, let's get the lines. All right, next thing and the most important thing before we talk to the statue is going to be the Book of Origins. Okay, so I'm very curious. I'm very curious as to how this is going. Oh God, I didn't want that. Okay, Book of Origins. Read on. All right, wait. Some arrive in Skyrim with a purpose. Others find it along the way. This book offers a reason for your journey, if you wish to accept it. Okay, is what I thought. Now, here's the thing that I have issue with, right? So this one we've actually tried, and it's so vague. It's a cave with glowing mushrooms in a particular area, right? And it's around, basically somewhere around Morthal, this cave of mushrooms. But that's it. That's all you got. So either you're running around blindly trying to find a cave with mushrooms in it, or you're never getting this one done. And to me, there needs to be more, right? And for me, it's like there needs to be some levels of discovery, right? There needs to be, you can find hints and clues that point you in the right direction. You know what I mean? I don't need you to hold my hand, but you know what? I don't need just to know that I got to run around an area looking for a cave, and is with no direction at all. So it doesn't set well with me. You've always found peace in high places. Skyrim is a land of towering mountains, and you feel drawn to them, not for glory, but for the silence they offer. You intend, see, no, do that. The Dominion grows stronger while Skyrim tears itself apart for selfish reasons. Your father died in the Great War protecting the Empire, and you will not let his sacrifice be in vain. With his ring in your hand, you intend to join the Legion and fight to keep Skyrim standing. Your father died in the Great War. Okay, so what's this one? You live for the fall, for the silence before the leap and the rush that follows. Is this kind of a yeah? Uh-huh. You were never meant for an honest life. Nope. You were given a ring by a dark Brotherhood assassin. Since then, you have followed every whisper and rumor of the Brotherhood. Now all signs point toward Windhelm. You feel the pull of the shadows, and you know this is the path you're meant to walk. You intend to find the Dark Brotherhood and join them. We'll put that on the back burner there. That one, that's a possibility. One. Skyrim holds endless possibilities, and you keep your heart open, trusting that love awaits. You intend to find love and get married in this cold land. Hmm. You have decided to follow in your mother's steps as a warrior. You intend to join the companions in Whiterun to learn their ways and honor her memory. As long as you carry her ring, a part of her walks with you. We'll put that on the possibility list too. I'm not gonna be a brawler. Nope, we're not unleashing any duty. You've always admired things. I don't. That's just. Uh huh. The golden touch. When I stop to you. You're tired of drifting. Inns and camps were fine once, but now you want more than a bed for the night. You want a place that's actually yours. Not really. On the road calls for you. You wish to see all of. Nope. You intend to visit the throat of. Nope. Nope. See now, these ones are the ones that bother me in a sense. Like this one, you have no idea who she might be or where she is. You intend to find her and give her the journal of her father, right? I like the story, except I know there was one that I decided I was doing, and then all of a sudden I started taking a hit to my speech and my experience gain took a 10% hit because I hadn't yet fulfilled the what's the name, whatever, hadn't found the guy yet. And I'm like, you didn't even give me any time. I mean, I'm right here. It's the first day and already taking a 10%. It's like it should increase incrementally, but then there should also be kind of a passive, not a passive, but a kind of a what do you call that? A period, like a warning, a grace period where it's like, okay, I should start feeling like there's something I need to be doing, and because I'm not doing it, something bad could happen, and then after a certain period of time, then you start getting hit with the debuffs, right? But you shouldn't be an instant debuff right then and there. So I want to look. What's this one? A guard abused the authority of the uniform for personal gain, intimidating others and escaping all accountability. With no other path to justice, you have decided to take matters in your own hands. You intend to find and kill the guard. That's an interesting one there. Wait a minute. Is this another Brotherhood one? A shadowy figure asked you to kill an innocent target. No justification was given. No, I'm not killing innocent targets. Generations ago. Legends speak of the saber cat. Nope. Nope. All right. So you intend to speak to all bards. Nope. So I gotta be honest with you. Even though I'm kind of annoyed by that, I'm still kind of either one of these two or where's the other one? Down here. So the Brotherhood or the companions. I'm not a huge. I'm not as. I'm not a huge fan of either. To tell you the truth, but in when I think of it, I think I'm more leaning towards the companions than the Brotherhood. Um, so I need to try to figure out which way I want to go. So it's one or the other, right? Um, I could take this one and then show you exactly what happened. Your mother spent her searching for answers, and in the end, the man responsible escaped justice and fled to Skyrim, right? So it's either him or you have no idea who, years ago, a man named Halmar saved your life on the road, but died because of it. He carried a journal that mentioned a daughter that lives in Skyrim and how much she meant to him. You have no idea who she might be or where she is, but you intend to find her and give her the journal of her father. I, mm, mm, mm. All right. How do you get over here? I don't know how to do it. All right. So you hit. Okay. So click there. Right. Is okay. Wait. It's selected. Okay. Maybe I got to come all the way down. Nope. That's just gonna keep. There it is. All right. It says last lesson, but it should be. Let's just make sure. Where am I? Which one am I on? No questions asked. Okay, this one. All right. Click it. Continue. Unfinished business added. Find the daughter of the knight who saved your life. Okay. Now, how do we get to Skyrim? Right? And why am I dirty already? Are we trying to say that orcs are just dirty? Is that why? I don't like how the hair is clipping through the what's the name? I love the hat, but you know what? We're gonna take the hat off. We're not. All right, here we go. Where's it? Where is it? I will do that. I'll put it on if it's rainy or something. Choose your fate. Okay, so this is what I thought it was from overseas, shipwrecked. More than likely, you know what we're gonna do? I always now I could do orc strongholds. I was raised in one of the orc strongholds. Maybe I should go and make my mark on the world. I mean, that kind of falls into, right? These other ones, no. And just because and again, I probably say it over and over again. They just they put you behind the eight ball and they don't start you off in the best position. And until we know for sure how, yeah, I don't like what they do to you. So usually I either go shipwrecked or Left for Dead is really what I one or the other, right? Wounded and taken by disease, you try to find a way back to civilization. See, for me, the shipwrecked is usually the way I go, and then it puts you off. Basically, it puts you off on the northern part of Skyrim, and then it takes me into Dawnstar, and I just start from there. Left for Dead, man. And then sometimes I hit random, but the one thing is, and then here's why. And sometimes, and the thing is, I don't want to be forsworn. I don't want to be a vampire, and I don't want to be a werewolf. I don't even understand the appeal to those. Really, tell you the truth. So those are things that I just don't want to do. So, I just it usually comes down. So if I hit random, unless it puts me, right? But I don't want to. So it's gonna be one or the other. It's gonna be one or the other. Which one? I'm going to. Okay, there we ended, right there. I closed my eyes and just kept going back and forth until boom. Is it not? Are you not going to acknowledge my choice? All right, first things first. All right, I know, I understand. All right, so I'm going to save for 1, 2. Let's look at settings. We should be in survival. Controller. Oh, survival. Okay, well, first of all, I'm gonna, yeah, don't hate. Okay, so we're gonna save on rest. And we're gonna save on travel, and every 15 minutes. I think we're good there. Subtitles. Yep. Depth of field. Increase that a little bit. Audio. Where's the music? We can actually turn the music down just a little bit. Effects, voice. Okay. All right. That's all gonna save. One other thing, real quick. We're gonna jump in here. There's a lot of stuff that we need to just go in and take a look at and see exactly what's available, what's not available, and stuff. One of the things though that I'm looking for is I'm looking for immersive interactions or first-person interactions. Usually, one thing I usually do is I deselect that, deselect that. Loot containers, loot animals. All right, so that's first person. And then we'll look immersive equipping and interaction, immersive hunting. I come in here, I check this real quick, and then what I look for is the passage of time. And, I deselect or turn off any kind of passage of time. I don't see. So daggers are required. Realistic skinning. I don't see forced third person use. Okay. Combining words now. All right. So harvest ingredients disabled. Yes, please. Open doors and containers. Loot animals. See, and then like I said, I don't care about a lot of these, right? If it does, the ones that bother me the most is the looting ones and the gathering of flowers. I just don't need to see it. And then eating. I don't need to see my character eat, right? It just because it just to me is jarring and it just kind of just disrupts the flow of things. Okay. Let me immersive spellcasting, immersive HUD. I don't like immersive HUD at all. To tell you the truth. Just let me look and see. Let's see. All right. HUD elements. Arrow counts. Verse across here. Visible. See, so I am completely opposite of everyone when it comes to it. I am willing, okay, to say, immersive. I don't even know what this means, to tell you the truth. This is the first time I've seen it like this. And then, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. And then, let's more HUD. See? Now, player's data, right? Always visible. Okay. And then boom, boom. All right. Nope, nope, wrong button. Okay, targets data. Scale. Boom, boom. All right. Even when 0. Yep. And then boom, boom. Yep. Gotta do it. Gotta do it. And I don't think this one actually. And then let's see. Pumping iron is in this. It's interesting to see that one. Shooting stars, shout notification, sky UI, smooth cam. I'm not mad at it right now, so I'm not gonna mess with that. Stress and fear. I really hate this mod, but I put it on very slow. I put it on very slow because I don't disagree with the mod, right? Let's see. Enable times fly. Enable or disable times fly. Well, disable. And then, so I'm not a fan of the calculation. So we are enable boss bar. Yeah. All right. We'll figure out exactly. Player widget. Like mine widget, and then let's do that. We don't need to scale them. All right. And then recently. Oop. All right. Let's see what happens. Okay. Okay. That's fine. Let's see what we got. You see that? There's my cursor. I can't live without a cursor. I need a cursor. I need to know basically where I'm targeting, right? We might disable smooth cam, but we'll see. All right, we'll be right back. All right. So what I'm going to do is right off the bat, we're going to go to first person, just for this point, this part here. Let's see. I must have hit my head when the ship crashed and sunk. My head still hurts, but I must get out of here before I run out of air. All right. We'll take that because we can sell it. What do we got in here? We'll take that. Excuse me. Is it hot? It's kind of showing it's hot. Like I'm seeing. Okay, we'll take that. And what we will do is we will favorite that. I'm not trying to drink it just yet. Let's kind of investigate real quick as much as we can. I think it's empty because the chest is. Alright, we're gonna go as far as we can. Let's take that, and then let's get back before we run out of water. I love the you see the lungs? So we got to pay attention to that because I thought it was showing me my lungs was still full of air, and instead it wasn't that it was full of air. It was that we run out of air. Okay, that's what we got to do. So let's get over here to this guy real quick. Take the scimitar and the gloves, and let's get up out of here. You see our carry weight? We're getting close to it, so we're not gonna try to rotten, stale. Okay. Now, I'm gonna do something real quick. This is a quick test, and it's because it's something that I'm not a fan of, and I wanted to see. Do you see what I'm seeing? Now, if you look at the top there, you can see our stamina is in two different places, right? Doesn't need to be there. Down at the bottom is just fine. Um, and I bet, our health and Magica will be across the top as well. So probably have to consolidate that and only put it in one place. AP drain from sneaking. I've constantly over and over again made that argument that it doesn't I don't like it, right? And just like the stress and fear, I don't like it because the calculation's bad. Not because I don't think that your stamina drains when when you're squatting down and walking when you're sneaking. I agree. I just don't think it drains at this rate. This is not how it works. And then I haven't seen anything that shows that the calculation changes as you get more proficient in a particular skill in sneaking. So again, it's like, yeah, no, that's way too much, right? Um, it should be basically, I would put it, if I'm doing it, I would put it at a quarter of what the sprint stamina drain is. Maximum a half, right? So maybe start out, and then maybe at basically a third of what the sprint is starting out. And then as you become more proficient at sneaking, the calculation gets lower and lower and lower, right? To the point where it's barely even noticeable. But then that's because you've, you know, become so proficient at sneaking that those muscles, are okay. But where it is now, no, it's completely unsatisfactory. And then usually what I would do is go search it out and figure out exactly where where the where it is, and then turn it off. All right, we're gonna go back down here again. I'm just gonna go for a thing. Search the wardrobe real quick. Nope. And then we're gonna go and red loaf wheel. And we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna take some damage. And then you can see the stamina from the swimming is also kind of high. The calculation is pretty high. So I don't abide by that either, right? I don't like. Yes, it does drain your stamina to swim, and of course you're holding your breath the whole time too. So yeah, no, I'm not saying that it shouldn't. I'm saying it's, and then I don't want to say it's lazily done, right? But it's like we got to put more effort in there to figure out exactly what the calculation rate should be. What is that drain should be, right? And it kind of needs to be something, in my opinion, that's a little bit more manageable. Now, why am I not just using the potion of water breathing? Because I'm not sure that I'll find the other potion. There's another potion in here. I can't remember where it is. And now, once we start swimming, though, that's it, right? We're kind of done. All right. So what I'm gonna do? I got to. I got to take it. All right. So, all right, let's go. We're gonna run out of stamina, and now I'm hungry. I don't mind being peckish right now. Search the sailor. We'll take his money. Search the knapsack. We're gonna take the cabbage. We're gonna take that, and that, and then you can see we gotta kind of leave some stuff. We'll take that. We'll take all that there, but we got to kind of get ourselves out of here and out of the water. Now, somewhere down the line, the potion didn't really last that long, did it? All right, we gotta go down here. We'll go. Okay, so we're not done yet, but we're attacking this from another angle. You can see our stamina is already so depleted. And then we're gonna come up here. Let's let our stamina come back. There's a chest down below us. All right. Yep. All right, let's go. Right there. So we want to hit this for sure. All right, this is gold. All right, come back up. Oh gosh. All right, so now the problem that we face right now is we didn't find the other bottle of the other potion. There it is. All right. So now we're not facing that problem at least. You see the stuff down there too. Now, you would think, all right, I'll take the potion and I'll investigate down below. No. Not going to do that. Get our stamina back. Okay. Go down real quick if you can. I'm stuck. Look. All right, we're going to take that. Water here. All right, I think this is the original place. All right. Let's get our stamina back. Now, we're going to take that other thing of potion. And let's eat real quick here. We got a bread loaf, soggy bread loaf. Okay. And all right. We can't take it underwater, or at least I remember trying it once. Take that, come down, because we got to make it to the surface. We got to make it to the surface, right? And in this case here, we're underwater. The boat's underwater. So you got to waste it to get to the surface. And here's the other problem that I have that I'm not entirely okay with either. And you can see right now we're taking damage because of the cold. Right? And to be honest with you, we're not going to survive this. And then, so this is kind of where I completely fundamentally disagree with how this start is put together, where it's like there's certain things that, okay, yes, we're shivering, we're cold, you know what I mean, but the immediate, you're losing your health right away to the point where we won't make it to shore. We will not make it to shore right now. This here. So it's kind of like it almost is kind of stupid to the sense where it's like you're not gonna make it to shore. You'll die before you hit shore because of the health loss you're losing from freezing to death. And you can see even what I did hasn't stopped it, right? Hasn't stopped it. So what I can do, I mean, if we think about it, is what I can try is I can get here and then hopefully regenerate some health, right? So I can keep on going. But that's it. That's really the only way. Only thing that we have. But this is where we got to get to. We got to get to land all the way over there. And every time we jump back in the water, we're going to take damage. And then I'm okay with, and don't get me wrong, I'm okay with taking damage because you're freezing. I mean, that makes sense. What I'm not okay is, again, the rate of damage that you're taking and the calculation being applied. I think it's too severe, and it doesn't actually, you know what I mean? And then it puts you kind of in a bad position, right? All right, so let's just hang in here for a minute. We gotta keep it going. Let me take this, see if this helps. I don't see any improvement. So that didn't do much. Right. The water is freezing cold. I know. And then so yeah, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I will not be, I'm not making the argument that you shouldn't be taking damage. I'm making the argument that the calculation is terrible. Right. And then here's really where, like I said, it's a thing because you have to traverse this distance here. You have to get across it. And you see, no matter which angle you decide, it's still a considerable distance, right? And we're gonna try. We're not going to move. This is as fast. Look at this. Now, the fact that we're not even moving at this point, I think, kind of really makes it it compounds things. Now, my thinking here is this, right? If you were literally out in the open water like this, yeah, no, you would not survive, right? No. And then, so again, the argument is not going to be, well, no, you wouldn't survive this. No, you'd freeze to death. Hypothermia, setting in, and yeah, you would not survive. But that's counter to the whole point of the game, right? The whole point of the game isn't to just die in the first 15 minutes of the game and for it to be over. You know what I mean? With no way to survive this particular fate here. So again, like I said, it's too much at the very opening of the game. And then, like, for me, sometimes if I have more control over the survival mechanic, what I do is I don't even turn it on until after I make it shore. Once I hit the shore, then I turn it on, right? Because then there's no question. We're almost. Now, we did get lucky. See this? That we didn't get attacked in the water. But now we gotta figure out some shelter, figure out what we're doing. And you see, there's the harvesting. Actually, at this point, I hate it. It's like, I don't understand. So sometimes, yeah, I'll do this. I'll get into the fighting stance because then I know it just picks the thing, right? So it's like you got to pull your weapon, and of course, right now we're doing so okay. So now, what I've done. All right, we're gonna take all that and. Whoa! I'm gonna take. Holy cow! Here. All right, we'll take this. I have lootable crates installed. I won't take that. That's too heavy. So that makes these crates actually lootable, and then changes what you find in. I have to be careful when I'm starting to pick it up because we're very limited. All right, I'm gonna take that because it's worth a lot of money. Let's take those for now. We need back. And look at there. I'm gonna go ahead and equip that. Where was that when we needed it on the boat, right? I haven't checked actually to see if money has weight. And then you probably guess by now that's not something I subscribe to. All right, boom. All right, nice. You want some? Did we get him? Take that. We'll take those. That. Oh, okay, we'll take that. All right. Search this chest. Okay. Oop. Yes, sir. Harvest that. Harvest that. End table. Wonder is a skeleton. They have gold on them. All right. Switch here. We're gonna go first person. And auto saving. The air is warm in here. We want to do crouch mode so the lantern turns out. It said the air was warm. I feel warmer, but I'm still cold. What did it say? Oh shoot, there's a lot of stuff in here. Iron bastard sword. How much? God dang it. Iron great club. Oh, is that a two-handed? I think I'm actually gonna take that one. Did I already? Yeah, there's some stuff in here that's. Hold on. Where is it? That was way tougher than the others. You know what? Okay. So right off the bat, let's harvest the doors. We're gonna take these guys. I don't know why that took so long to swing there. We'll take that too. We'll take that. Oh, salt too. Yeah. We'll read it. Oh shoot. Is there another one? The animation is much slower. I guess I don't need to be in the first person. Oh dang. Take that. Oop, I didn't want that. I didn't want that. Alright, we'll take those. Just give that 4 back. Yes. We're getting close to our. Alright, minor poison. So you can see we're gonna have to start getting very selective. And then what's interesting is that one of these. Oop, no, not. So we take all the ores. That means we are overcumbered. I have to figure out. I guess it wasn't that hard of a choice. Truth be told. Okay. Still bread. So I think that's an actual glitch there that the its name is still showing. Great. We're gonna put that on. We already have one of those, but I think we'll set this down or wait a little bit more. Empty. Hard sack. Salt. Lavender. Crates. Okay, ironing good. Okay. Oh, look at that. Another one of these. This is easier in first person. Much easier. Alright, boom. Is that all I read also? Alright. I am fatigued. I'm slightly tired. Right now. We're about to be attacked. It's so slow though. It is so slow. But I think that's because we don't have any skill in it yet. Oh, I didn't want the basket, but needed to get it out of the way. Alright. I feel warmer, but I'm still chilly. No kidding. Alright. Let's do this. Let's see. Whatever element of surprise we had, it's lost in the swamp. Okay. Oh shoot. Alright. Oh yeah. Oh, bread. I don't know what bread's gonna be used for, but we'll take it for now. Alright. Another one of these. Oh, a trader's resource. For now, I'm gonna go ahead. Why? Because it gives us a crazy amount of character. So, so we'll use it. I'll show you what it looks like. Raw salts. It's locked. Let's see. Seriously? Kidding me? Oh, skeleton. Alright. Take the leather, that, and bread. Alright, so one of the things that I normally do that I haven't done yet, and I need, as a matter of fact, is this guy. Yeah, maybe that helps. Pull. See the trader's resource? It looks like a box on your back. I almost feel like just to survive, right? And hold. Empty. I knew it was empty. Check this out. Wolves here in a minute. Oh shoot. Have a lot of. Maybe they're just gonna be more hard to fight. Alright. Oh. Hey. Oh, yeah. Alright. There's a little shack right over here. So, yeah. Here. Yep, we'll take that. Nope. Oh, some what kind of boots? Take stuff. Oh, ooh, okay. I'll take that for sure. Those. Go over here. Yeah, much. You got something for me. I got something for you. Come on. Nice. All right. Let's see what it means. See, this one. Around 1 hour passed. Not happening. So I gotta find it. Fix it. Quicksilver. We'll get inside. Just a second. Salt tiles, keeper tail. Rancid. Rancid. Okay. Play me. Alright. Hey. Cheese. Potatoes. Beggars can't be choosers. This is also a death. One more turn. Alright, don't need what's in there. Meat. Doesn't look like we get any experience from reading page 2. So it really only comes into play when you find something. Okay, good. Alright, yep. Oh, there's the rotten gird. Can we cook anything? Alright, oh. Cook the dog. Fishy sticks. Steak. Steak crab meat. Boom. Alright. Thank you very much. Bed. Thistle. Making offer. No. Mercenary sword. Interesting. Alright. Before we go, can we get some wine? Oh, look at that. We pop right up. And let's see. Alright. And what are you talking about? Fire should have been going. One more time. Alright. Hey, leveled up. Let's see. Maybe we can start up right away, or what we gotta do. Gosh, as the snow builds up on us. What up? Here we go. Alright. We're gonna add more health, of course. And we have 1 point that we can apply somewhere. Right off the bat. I mean, this is smart. Alright. Okay, we're gonna avoid that cave. We're gonna run down down the coastline, knowing that we're gonna hit the port, Dawnstock port. All right. Why are we avoiding that little cave over there, alcove, whatever you want to call it? There's a triple up in there. And we might not be in the best of shape to be testing our abilities right Dawn Star. Yes. All right. Okay. Now, what I normally do is that Miguel.
You're in the way.
Lord, so we don't know who's who. Okay, we'll find out in a minute. There's a female. Hey. Whoa. We're gonna go in here. We're gonna make ourselves useful. Okay. All right, let's get down here real quick. What I like to do is there's two mines here, right? So the very first thing I like to do, and I don't think I have a pickaxe. Right. So we run up here, grab that guy, right back down. One of 5. Is it telling me there's no 5 here? We got one of them. 2 of 5. Okay. I kind of get, the whole immersive feel of, right? It should take several strikes to get, you know what I mean? But you kind of know, right? In the game, you just want it to happen, and sitting there watching this, watching your character. Okay, so maybe the first time, because then it's like, oh, cool, okay, yeah, immersion. But then, you get that immersive feel to it, right? But on the 10th time that you go to actually,
hey, someone had to take it, right?
Sure, yeah, and you weren't taking it, so I'm gonna take it. All right. So I guarantee around the 10th time, now it becomes something that's very tedious, and you're like, really, do I need to see that? So it's kind of like you walk a fine line, like in trying to make everything seem overly, like you said, overly immersive and, showing every single thing as opposed to like, yes, I understand. Like, so to me, it's like, yeah, okay, the first time, yeah, slow it down, show me everything, right? I understand. And then after that, let's do the abbreviated version. Quick, the quick, like I just click on it and boom, I got it in my You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, and then push come to shove, show the first 3 times. Yeah. But then after that, I don't need to see it anymore. So like in this case here, right? So now I think it's very interesting though, right? That each vein looks to have a different number of ore, right? But again, do I need to see that it's going to take 15 strikes to get the two, right? And then it comes into play later, maybe if there's a situation where, okay, as my smithing and, that skill improves, then it takes fewer strikes to get the ore. Right? If that's something that you're trying to show me, right? And now we can sit here and go, okay, yeah, that's what you're trying to show me, that with fewer strikes, I'm going to be able to get more ore or get the same ore. But I guess then the question becomes, well, what are we trying to prove or show here, right? And like again, like I said, the first time, through this, okay. But after that, I kind of I want to be able to say, yeah, you can shut it down now. You know what I mean? And then one of the thing is one strike and I got all the ore that I was supposed to get. Fine. You know what I mean? I don't even need multiple strikes. Just one strike. Shoot. If you just let me click on it and get it, I will take, I'll take that. And then why, I say that is because I think it becomes a deterrent after a while. It becomes a reason why you're like, no, I don't feel like sitting here watching it. You know what I mean? And then now all of a sudden you stop, you stop doing something that you may need to do or want to do, but you stop doing it. Oh, we can bake potatoes on the fire. That is interesting. All right. So you stop doing something you want to do because one is it may not be absolutely necessary, and then two is like, well, I just don't want to sit here through the animation, right? And then I've done that. I've made made business decisions based on the fact that it would be more annoying to actually do it than it would be to just skip it. And then I think that's kind of a point of frustration. So it's like we have to be careful. I have to be careful exactly. Well, how much, and then I say with air quotes, immersion do you want to incorporate into a game, right? So in this case here, like I said, to me it seems like what option we've chosen is the longest possible option for mining, right? And then so after that you're like, am I gonna mine ever again? You know what I mean? Am I really ever gonna mine again? Because that wasn't pleasant. You know what I mean? And it took so much. It took so much. Yeah, I don't want to do that again. So, and then maybe that was the intended purpose, right? It's like, yeah, you don't need to mine unless you really are going to be a miner, right? So, don't do it. Okay, so now we are loaded up with a bunch of ore. Bunch of quicksilver ore.
Best not cause any trouble on my watch.
All right, so
I
this
trust
is
you're
not
not
like,
planning any trouble.
and dude, you need a bath. Don't tell me about causing trouble. You probably stink as dirty as you are.
I've been looking for you.
Oh, you have?
Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only.
Wow. Okay.
Let's see here. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Vigil fly. Is that for the vigil?
I can't talk now.
Well, I'm not trying to talk to you, so stop bothering me. Well, this is kind of disappointing that Lake Elf is
Hold
not
on,
dead.
Gagan.
Yes. And what might you need?
I need what's behind you, bro. Right?
I'm busy.
Like,
Is this
what?
important?
Nothing. Oh, look. I do find it interesting that you don't know who's who. So, like, he could be like
Fine. What?
Oh, he's yeah. Never mind, bro. All right, why are you not at your post, bro?
I trust
All
you're
right,
not
yeah.
planning any trouble.
Hey.
What is it? I haven't had much sleep.
Okay, so now this is who we wanted, but you can see I'm looking for work. I'm gonna say that's what
If
I'm
you
gonna
don't
say.
mind digging, I own the Quicksilver mine.
Yes, I know.
It's a better life than working in that damned Ironbreaker mine with all those milk drinkers.
And then that's it. So I think there's a job mod that changes around things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then what it allows you to do is go into ends and places and say, "Hey, I'm looking for work, or you need help, around the end or something like that." And then after 6 hours of work, right? So 6 hours a day passes by, and you you get paid for the work you do. I'm not a fan. And then I think the main reason is because the changes that it makes to, like right now, we just went and did all that for the we went and did all that for the yeah. So we got 4 cow hides. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come down. I wanna stay in this thing. I'm gonna expand this to 2 beds. And we'll leave that there. So horse hide, cow hide, cow hide, cow hide. I'm gonna leave those alone right now. I'm gonna concentrate on this and then the other horse hide. Right? Now you can see we got leather box pouch. Right? That's something I add. Bandoliers and pouches and stuff. So bandoliers is the mod. And I add that because I'm a loot hoarder and I can't help myself. Then we're gonna make quarters. Okay. So I don't need to make anything else right now. I could make that, which we might consider. Let's see what I got. I got a bear pelt. And you know what? Might as well. Okay. And
I work steel, weapons mostly.
reason I am considering the first, let's go here and do this. All right. So let's see. For now, we're gonna put these on. This one, this one, this one. You see what it does to our overlay. Then I'm gonna come down here, and now I have Skyrim Unlimited rings and add-ons. So what I do is it allows you to wear multiple rings, multiple. Now it depends though. So we're gonna make a test. You see, so we can only wear one of these. So it depends on how the game registers these rings, right? And as far as I can tell, like if I choose to wear one of them, one of those. So right now, this is the only ring that we can wear. And you see right now we have one necklace, so we can't really test that one either. So it depends on how the game registers. And usually what I can tell is it allows you see the symbols, right? So if I click this one, we're no longer wearing this one, right? But sometimes you see the icon here for this pouch. Sometimes the rings are shown with that icon as well. When they're shown with this kind of icon, right, or filled in, right, then you can wear multiple of those. It's generally when it shows it like this, you have to pick one, right? And that just means that the mod isn't overriding and it isn't set up to handle how the game has registered that item. So that's what we got there. So, but if I was able to wear multiple, I would limit it to just one for each finger, you know, excluding the thumbs, so 8 maximum. And then, you know, 2 or 3 chains at the most, right? You know, we're not gonna be Mr. T out here. All right, I want to see what this one looks like compared. Yeah, I'm actually better with this than the cape, right? Less clipping is really what it does for me, right? Okay. So now the other thing is, and I don't expect to be able to because we don't actually have the. So she doesn't. They don't have a workbench. They have a forge, and that's it. They don't even have a grindstone. They usually have a grindstone. I don't know what happened to that. All right, so they don't have really anything here that's gonna benefit us. And we could go to the other. As a matter of fact, I am gonna go to the other mine just because we are loot.
Yes.
We're all over the loot part of it. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna come on over here. We're gonna go down. We're not gonna actually mine anything from here because it's just iron. But when you come in here, you got this barrel. It has laver and skeever tank. Okay. And then nothing there, and then what's in this barrel? All right. So we won't take the rotten stuff. That's There's a book here too. Where's that book? All right. Even though we're probably, you know, magic is not something we're going to be concentrating on here. And then this is empty. So over here, though, you have more crates. And look at that. Lockpick. All right. And then we'll take the money at least. The garnet. Yep. Mm-hmm. So when we get to a merchant, we can sell all these things. Horse hide, we can take that down. Oh, look at that. We got, what, 5 of those now? Okay. We've gotten everything we need from there. I don't know what time of day it is.
Need something?
Yeah, nope. I'm good. I had to figure out where I was. There's a boat right over here. Oh, look at this. Who's this? You see what I'm looking at? The ship coming in right there. That is cool as heck. Who's he waving at? Oh, it's not even coming in. It's sailing right on through. Hey, what's up, guy?
Looking to hire a boat?
Yeah. Well, let's do this real quick. And look, do you need help with your ferry? Huh? Greeting.
Need something?
Lovely weather we have.
It can't be helped.
It can't be helped? What? Okay.
I can take you to any port on the coast.
Yeah, I want to
Where
hire
you
your
headed?
boat. Now, we have to decide where we want to go. Windhelm or solitude. And I believe our backstory says we need to go to Windhelm. I can't remember what our back. Wait, never mind.
All right.
Let's figure out what our backstory is telling us. Okay, wait, something happened. All right, let's try to see. There it is. All right, here we go. Night on the road. Years ago, a man saved my life on the road. He died because of it. He carried a journal with him that mentioned a daughter who lives in Skyrim. I intend to find her. Okay, so she could be anywhere. I should really be even asking in here, right? She could be here. I do want to check on. I am hungry, and you see this? This is what I was talking about. This is the part that I have the major problem with. So no matter what, right now we got a minus 10%, and it happened instantly. As soon as we jump in, we have this over our head. And like I said, to me, this should be something that, increases incrementally over time. But there should be a grace period when we first get there, let's say like 5 days, that is like, okay, you know what I mean? It's a thing, it's a thought in the back of our mind, but it hasn't totally consumed our soul yet. So already, right now, off of, from jump, it's consuming our soul. So that part I don't abide with, and I just can't get.
Looking to hire a boat?
Yeah, I want to hire you both. Wait, never mind.
All right.
Hey, I want to talk to
I
you.
can take you to... Need something?
Yeah, I need to ask you something. Your mother's a worker. I'm sorry, that slipped out. No. Can you help me with something? No. No. Okay, never mind.
All right, then.
It
may not look like much, but my book, where are you
Yes.
headed?
Where are we gonna go? We're gonna go to Win. Yes, because the racial tension there just begs for more outsiders, right? To make their way there.
Climb on in the boat and get comfortable.
I will, thank you. So we're gonna head over here real quick, take just a quick look around. So basically I'm kind of following, the normal way I, usually play the game no matter what. This is usually how I start, right? Shipwrecked, we get the Dawn Star, we do what we can there, loot what we can while we're there. And then, right off the bat, I'm cold, but
Hideous think us all
this
lawless
window.
beasts. I'm proof of their
Let
ignorance.
me take
Soon we'll reach Skyrim.
check here,
Their bloody
amethyst,
justice and the yards of
there,
Looking to hire a boat?
ooh, we'll take everything there, please, thank you. Please and thank you. I'll take that, leave that behind. There is a large crate, yep. Okay, great. Yep. I do want to know just how I'm feeling. I'm hungry and I'm very cold. Okay. All right. First of all, did I not eat the last time I was hungry? I probably did. Potato, carrot. That should tide us over. All right. Now we gotta get out of here. Can't help it. We know. All right. Now, it's because it's in our blood. And we need the experience. God dang it. Ran out of leather. Well. Let's get out of the cold. There. Skeever tail. Why do I take the skeever tails? Because if we ever got to an alchemy table, and you see right now, if I do this, and then I do this, right? We'll hit this one, that. Alright, that'll give us way more. I just did that. So we have leather, skeever tail. So, in this game, you will see that I rarely ever pass up Blue Mountain Flower. When I am out and about in the world, and I come across Blue Mountain Flowers, I pick them. Just like you shouldn't pass up wheat or blisterwort, right? Wheat and blisterwort together makes a healing potion. Well, Blue Mountain Flower and wheat makes a healing potion. Blue Mountain Flower and imp stool, healing potion. Blue Mountain Flower and skeever tail, imp potion. Blue Mountain Flower and cat eye, saber cat eye, healing potion. Blue Mountain Flower and monarch butterfly wings. So just butterfly wings, not blue butterfly, but blue butterfly is conjuration, fortified conjuration. But regular butterfly wing makes. Did we just get a butterfly wing there? Is a healing potion.
Is she sifting through trash?
Yes, she is sifting through these barrels.
Come see me in the marketplace tomorrow. You won't find better prices in all of East March.
I sure will. So, yes, I do not pass up on certain things because together with Blue Mountain Flower, they make healing potions. And there's a significant number of things that will mix with Blue Mountain Flowers. And it is just crazy to the point where you're like, holy cow. This is like the most valuable flower out there. Alright, so you see this, right?
Hey.
So I'm trying to think other than the things that I've named, right? So right off the bat, butterfly wing,
Here it goes.
saber cat eye, imp stool. Gosh, already forgot. Skeever tail. What was it? Oh, wait, you gotta climb. There we go. Thank you. Did I hit it too many times? Right. Just want to see if it's up top. What am I looking for? I'm looking for. But since I don't have JK Skyrim's patch, and I don't believe this is JK Skyrim anyway, it wouldn't do anything. So we're just testing it, seeing what this is. It's right here. This is what I can't see. Right? Or I'll up to them. Well, we don't have the patch, but you can see this is kind of an extended version of Windhelm. With all the extra places. What's this? Iron halls. The Temple of Talos. Battle Brewery. Right. Yeah, I'm lost. Right, I think we came this way. Yep.
Are you lost?
No. Are you? Person with no name? So real quick here.
You come here where you're not wanted. Eat our food
Oh.
and pollute our city with your stink, and you refuse to help the Stormcloaks.
See, these people.
We haven't taken a side because it's not our fight.
Hey, maybe the reason these Greyskins don't help in the war is because they're Imperial spies.
Imperial spies? You can't be serious.
Maybe we'll pay you a visit tonight, Mr. Spy. We got ways of finding out what you really are.
Very disappointed in this one. Can't stand this.
Do you hate the Dark Elves? Are you here to bully us and tell us to leave?
No. No major people.
You've come to the wrong city then. Windhelm's a haven of prejudice and narrow thinking. Unworthy of one such as you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Looks like they were giving you trouble.
Nothing new there.
Mm,
Most of the Nords living in Windhelm don't care much for us. But Rolf
true that.
is the worst by far.
Yeah.
He likes to get drunk and walk around the Grey Quarter yelling insults at us in the small hours of the morning. Oh, a real charmer, that one.
Sounds like somebody needs to drop a axe. You know, accidentally drop an axe from the rooftops or something. Let me ask you something though. Why would anyone think you're a spy?
Some of these Nords will come up with any excuse to despise us.
Yeah.
And it isn't just the Dark Elves they hate. They make a target of the Argonians as well. In fact, just about anyone who isn't a Nord is fair game for their bullying.
Mm-hmm. I feel you. Hey, real quick, you know, before I let you go, does the name Halmer say anything to you?
Nah, I don't think so.
Ah. Okay. All right.
Safe travels.
You too. You take care of yourself. You can see we got making some serious stuff here, but look what we also have. We also have more crates, right? We have more stuff that
Just
we
a few
can
more hours and I can crawl
search
over some furs.
and loot. Holy cow, what's my weight now? Yeah. See? And there is why. Wait, did she say what was she say? What was that? Hey, is there anything to look out for on the roads of Eastmarch?
I've no problem with your kind, Orc. But that stronghold you've got in the southeast, Narsulbur, it's an affront to my people.
Well, okay. All right. Well, I'd like to ask you about Windhelm, though. I mean, that's where we are.
What do you need?
Hey, where can I get some supplies and stuff?
You should unload some of that unwanted gear. Head over to Sadri's used wares. Talk to the elf.
Okay. All right. Cool. Thank you. I want to ask you about Windhelm.
What is it?
Where's the local tavern?
If it's bed or board you're after, Candlehearth Hall's got both.
Okay. All right.
Aye.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to ignore your
Keep your nose clean while you're here, outsider.
outsider. Huh? I think you and I are gonna
What
have
is
some.
it?
I think we're gonna have some problems. me outside. Like I gave her like reason to hate. Mm-hmm. Into crates. What's this place? Guard. Alright. Alright. First of all, now, I don't know if I agree with our
Kill
ability.
dogs. There's nothing that's too low for them.
I don't know that I can't say to what extent we should be able to craft and forge at the, you know, here. I got 2 scimitars, so I think that's enough. Then what we can do over here is what I am going to do is this. I'm going to do this sort of. And in truth, I don't know that I need to do that. But let's look at it. So we got cryogenic hide armor. So let's come back this way real quick and look at it. What would be nice is this if we could sort on armor rating. I think 3. Oh, nope, that's 3.
The Imperials think us all lawless beasts. I'm proof of their ignorance.
Alright, which one do we want? 36, 36. What's the warmth? Is it shown? It's not shown as warm. We see, and then we didn't turn off. Do I have enough? Do I? We didn't turn off. Do I have any shield? Okay. Oh, there's the one right there. Okay, I see it. know that we could improve those any more leather. Oh, we can. That's weird. Okay. I do want to here. Need more leather. This is what we want. Yeah, I know. Everything revolves around making ourselves be able to carry the most insane amount of stuff that may not. Ooh, I never know. Pretty chill too, but we're going to favorite that. Oh, look at that! Look at that! But you see the warmth on it. What a carry weight does. Another 75 for carry weight. We got lots.
Everyone says Yorland Greymane is the best smith in Skyrim. I plan to change a few minds about that. Needs the metal hammered. Hermir's become a decent smith. I'd like to think I had a hand in that. With my swords in my hands, Ulfric's men will send those Legion dogs running.
Yeah. There we are. Not looking too worse for wear. I'm sure we're tired. But hey, let's see if Naranya has made it. And there she is. Speaking of, right? Oh, and look. What is this place over here? The bread and salt.
If you want a quick sale, come and show me what you've got.
I will. Hey, Naranya.
I don't haggle. If you want a lower price, look elsewhere.
Hey, how long have you been around here?
Just got here from the Somerset Isles. Lots of opportunity in Skyrim.
Okay. Do they treat you as bad as they do the Dark Elves?
It was difficult at first. The Nords of this city are at best suspicious of outsiders.
Is that what we're calling it?
But in time, I made the right
Suspicious?
friends and proved myself useful enough that they don't give me trouble anymore. The Dark Elves are too proud and naive to understand the way things truly are, and so they continue to dwell in that slum.
Yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, okay. Hey, what do you got for sale?
Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
Okay. Oh, cool. All right. So I think what I want to do first is I'm going to look at the heaviest things that I own. All right. So this Iron Warhammer, it is probably the best, but I'm going to let it go because I got this club, which means I also don't need that guy anymore. I'm going to take a look at this and this a little deeper. I would love to hold on to that one as opposed to, say, this one. But this is an Iron War Axe of Lesser Disintegration. Enemy reduces enemy weapon damage by 10% for 30 seconds. I don't know that I'm gonna sell it. It just doesn't stick out as something that really is gonna make a difference for us. So I have there's a scimitar here. Oh, I love that scimitar. Let's get rid of that. We're gonna go ahead and let that go. We can let that go too. All right, so the longbow is not okay. Longbow is that we're letting that go. All right, we can let this go. Right now you can see it's no longer equipped, but I don't think I ever equipped it anyway. But we're gonna let this go, let that go. We're gonna let those go. That one. I don't know why I let the iron knife go. I think I need the iron knife, but right now with the time passage, I don't really see myself. Okay, so boots, clothes. All right, I think we can let this one go. I'll let that go. That. Yeah, we're gonna let the board go. We'll let that go.
Come, take a look at what I have for sale.
Come and take a look. All my food is guaranteed not to make you sick.
Let's let that go. Let that go. For now, we're holding on.
Looking for that special something?
For the moment.
Why not come over and look at my selection?
This.
Over here.
Is she out? Is she out of gold? I didn't look. Oh, she's out. I'm just giving her stuff now. All right, so let's turn around and see if she has anything. Oh, she sure does.
Come and talk to me.
Yeah, we'll take that. I'm gonna take. How much is that? Yeah, we're gonna take those. The main reason we're taking those. How much that gold is that? Oh shit. So okay, let's go back. All right. Okay, we still have our Tonto, which is a dagger, but we'll see. Right now, I'm not 100% behind. Skinning animals right now because of the forced time passage. Alright. I'm gonna hold on to these. Potion strength we can let go. Water breathing we can let go. Alright. For now, at some point. All right, you see all this stuff?
Why settle for less than the best?
How many?
Come and get some
9.
choice food right here.
Might as well. Yeah, I'm giving her stuff. Empty potion bottle. Oh no. No. Oh, I hate it.
Come and browse my fine collection. Everything's fresh and delicious.
Needed for. So you need empty potion bottles in order to craft potions. I just.
Take a look at what I have for sale.
Make yourself a hearty and tasty meal. I have everything you need to cook something delicious.
So I don't see that she sells it.
I don't charge for looking.
Best of both worlds here. Quality goods at prices you won't believe.
That's unfortunate.
Come, take a look at what I have.
Come and
Me.
take a look. All my
Okay.
food is guaranteed not to make you sick.
All right, we unloaded a lot of stuff. All right, thank you.
Thank you for your custom.
Yeah, thank you. But we're curious about the bread and salt. Did you notice the door opens up and right behind it is just stone
Let
wall?
me know if you see anything you like.
I will. Read flyer. What does that say? Bread and salt. Welcome to Bread and Salt. We sell bread and salt. It's good to know. It's good to know. I need to ask if
Peace and bountiful harvest.
what do you got for sale besides
Take a
bread
look.
and salt? Ooh, fresh wheat bread. Ooh, you got grilled chicken breast too, and you got salt, and you got bread loaf. I'm gonna take a couple of those, and that, if you don't mind. Thank you.
All right then.
Yeah, you have a good day.
Come and browse.
You want it?
Okay.
I've probably got it. Come and see for yourself.
All right. And was there someone else? What's this place over here? Uh oh. A little notice.
Buying and selling a range
Read
of
open
quality
hours.
goods.
I've got
Morn
something
doves,
for just about
midnights,
everybody here.
free
All at
doves.
reasonable prices.
I helped my brother add meteor. All right. So this is a meteor. Oh, winter
Over here.
warehouse.
Come over here. Great
And then,
deal.
oh, look at this! Look at this! Oh, Skyrim. Oh, you can go right outside from there. I don't know if that's where
Quality
I'd want
goods
to go.
right here. Come and have a look.
And then the guard armory. Somebody wants me to come to look at something, but not necessary.
Keep walking, stranger.
Come and peruse
Yes?
my stall for the best
Reading.
food in Windhelm.
Need something?
Love the weather.
It would seem
Love
so.
the lovely weather we're
Find
having.
something delightful.
All right. I'm almost afraid to see what's gonna happen around this corner here because I don't. Yep.
None of that white run slop.
Like, man, they just thrust you right in there, right off the bat, man. Just,
If you want a quick sale, come and show
you
me
know,
what you've got.
no warning, no time to get accustomed to the area. You just death on the ice, just like that. I don't know if I want to even do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Huge. Racist jerk.
You lost?
Not lost. But if I was, I'd appreciate if you minded your own business.
Need
Ooh.
something?
Yeah, I want.
Speak.
Hey,
Need
Morgana.
something?
Let's see. Yeah, I got something.
How
for
can
you.
I argue with that?
Right? Oh wait, I may not have anything for you anymore. Holy cow! Really? Yeah, I sold all my trinkets. Man. I'm starting to feel a little, I'm starting to feel like the fool. This is most unfortunate and most embarrassing. Really. I don't know what to do. You know what? Anything worth something here? Here you go. You're welcome. Palace of the Kings. Hey, you.
Yeah.
What do you think of this war?
I mean, the Red Guards fought off the Aldmeri and the Empire, and now Hammerfell is an independent state. That's all we Nords want for Skyrim.
Okay. I think Skyrim's better off with the Empire. They need each other.
Nah, I don't think so.
Well, that's why you're walking around with dirt all over you. And I can't really speak.
I used to be an adventurer in my day.
Oh, yeah?
Then I settled down, got married.
Uh-oh.
Need something?
Yeah, I needed to not switch when when I already had something selected. Yeah, never mind.
All right then.
I wanted to ask you something.
This land's tough and unforgiving.
Yeah.
But beautiful too.
Yeah, you're probably right. What do you do,
I'm a
Ren?
bard, trained at the Bard's College
Oh.
in Solitude.
Oh.
Wanderers like you should think about applying.
Good
day.
Yeah, I don't know that I would fit in. This guy's got a lot of stuff on him. Hey.
This is Skyrim, and we should honor the old ways. These foreigners don't even respect their own gods, much less Kine and her sacred trials.
Understood. You know, they don't even call her by her true name.
Those sycophants from the temple would call her Kinnereth, just a pale shadow of the truth, like all the temple divines.
You said it. So, what's this about foreigners and their gods?
They're stolen idols, imposter gods, sold by silver tongues. No thank you. Hope to see you again soon.
Well, thank you. You've definitely been the nicest guy since I come here. Who are you? Where's that one?
I do the cooking and cleaning around the palace.
Okay. Daytime. Do we want to go in here or do we want to go down to Pines Grove? Okay. I think. Oh. Hey.
Working in Wendhelm is great. I get to see Ulfric up close.
You like being a blacksmith?
Smithing isn't the most exciting thing for me, but we all have to lend a hand as best we can.
You're right.
If a Stormcloak uses one of my swords to strike down an Imperial soldier, then I've done my part to free our land.
And then you're an accomplice to murder. I got you. Understand. All right. Well, greeting.
Need something?
Yeah. It's lovely. Yeah. Lovely. Yeah. I cannot talk, but you know what I'm saying.
It can't be helped.
You can't? The weather can't be helped? Okay. Hey, who are you? Oh, you're wait, you're a female.
I've been a bit out of sorts since...
Oh, Toba.
Since our daughter was taken from us.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, greeting.
Need something?
Lovely weather.
It can't be helped.
No, it seems like everybody seems to believe that. As if, everybody's given up. This is what the weather's going to be. Well, guys, that is... Oh, my gosh. Vor Asha. Okay? Vor Asha. And this is Wanderer's Way. All right? So, I think there's a lot of things that we got to go into the MCM and adjust and figure out exactly how we want them to, how we want them to be and play out. But this, I mean, so far so good. It is what it is. I mean, if I'm really just gonna straight up honest, it is what it is. There's some cool elements to it. There's some decent things. There's some annoying elements to it. Combat, we got to see a little bit of it. There's so much stuff that we were doing. Combat, we got to see some. I don't know how it's truly going to play out, the combat, yet. Do I feel like I felt when I first, picked up? No, I don't, right? Because of all the extended modifications to how some of these systems actually work, right? Um, am I, like I said, do I like the, you know, the what do you call it? Oh my gosh, stamina drain and everything like that. Not the biggest fan. Um, do I like
Imperials think us all lawless beasts.
the
I'm
debuff
proof of their ignorance.
for the overarching, you know, I don't even know what to call it. You know, for what we picked, our background story, not particularly on board with that. Um, but I mean, there's a lot of cool things, you know, still, um, that I think is just, I think some things can be refined and fixed and made a little bit better. Um, one of the things, because we don't have it favorited, I don't know that right. I don't know that I want to favorite that. I do. So there we go. Right. So we got a pack, we got a scimitar, Tonto. So you can see everything is basically there that you have, you know. And then right now we're dealing with this little boxy thing here. And in truth, if I had kept one of the backpacks, I probably would switch to one of them now instead, because do we necessarily need our carry weight to be that high? You know what I mean? So, you know, I think we'd be okay with a regular backpack as opposed to this trigger resource. I mean, and you think about it, it only gives you a net 175 extra carry weight because, you know, it's 25 carry weight itself. Yeah. But yeah, so far, you know what I mean. I haven't been overwhelmed with it, and it hasn't like fully, like I'm sitting here going, oh my gosh, this is so awesome. You know what I mean? For me, if you ask me today, my favorite, like my top 3 Wabbajack mod list for Skyrim, I think they still stay the same as they've always been, right? With Dragon Break, I think being number 1. For me, Elder Gleam is one that really sticks out, and I just because it looks so beautiful. And then I don't think anyone else is, you know, and then I think I have kind of like my tie for third with like Versoon and Telsera. And yeah, so those are the ones that kind of jump in there for me, though, and it's for the style of play that I like and everything. And one of the things that I really look at is I'm weary of a mod list that's over 1,000 mods, right? I start to believe that just gets, how do you say, it just gets to be a little gaudy in a sense, right? It's like you're adding so much stuff to a game that, you know what I mean? When you're adding over 200 gigabytes of mods to a game that is only 11 gig to start, it's like, holy cow, you know what I mean? And it just, after a bit, it's like, holy cow, that's just so much stuff you're adding. And so many things that are changing drastically that, you know, I don't know that I get on 100% on board with it. So for me, it's, I don't know. But like I said, so it doesn't knock my socks off, and I am kind of wanting to get a little further in there, but I mean, I don't know how, yeah. I mean, it's kind of like at some point my character has to like totally, in this case here, my character has to be over, right? I have to become completely invested in my character to make the game, make me want to continue on, because I haven't really broached anything that really makes the game stand out to me. The backstory, right? That one, yeah, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't move the needle at all. As a matter of fact, if anything, it's a detriment. You're right. It moves the needle in the wrong direction because of the debuffs, immediate debuffs right off the bat. So not that pleasing. So yeah, this is Wanderer's Way. And we'll probably be back with at least one, maybe two more episodes for sure, just to get some more combat in there, and then possibly explore like what kind of, what the not companions, but followers, possible potential followers are going to be like, right? If any. I don't remember seeing any listed. So that's going to be interesting. All right. And we're already hungry again. So that's another thing. We're going to have to look at the survival mechanics and see if we can turn those down, because sometimes it happens too fast. But it is also probably because we haven't done anything to the time scale. So one of the things that I usually do is set the time scale to 8 with Skyrim, so that time doesn't pass by so quickly, because that's another thing. So you can see me, I have an issue with time passing, period. So, anything that makes time accelerate or pass quickly, I'm not on board with anyway. So there you have it. Okay, guys, remember, you know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you next time. All right, guys. Peace.